Learn English through story. The dark path of temptation. In the heart of Engliah, a city pulsating with ambition and dreams, lived a man named Marcus. At 42, he was a senior executive at Titan Corp, a leading technology firm renowned for its innovative solutions and ethical business practices. However, beneath the polished exterior and accolades lay a relentless drive to climb higher on the corporate ladder. His dedication to his work came at the expense of personal relationships and his own well-being, leading to a life consumed by ambition. On a chilly autumn evening, while walking home from work, Marcus received a text inviting him to an exclusive networking event hosted by an infamous rival company known for its unscrupulous tactics. The invitation promised a chance to rub shoulders with influential figures who could unlock doors to unparalleled opportunities. Excitement tinged with trepidation filled him. He had always prided himself on his integrity, but the lure of success proved hard to resist. As he entered the lavish rooftop venue adorned with glimmering lights and laughter, Marcus felt an intoxicating rush. Here, in this world of elegance, he was among the elite. The air was thick with ambition, and he found himself surrounded by powerful executives and entrepreneurs. Conversations flowed freely, filled with tales of triumph, cunning strategies, and high-stakes deals. It was exhilarating and overwhelming all at once. Then he met Ilara. She was the embodiment of confidence and sophistication, with an air of authority that captivated those around her. As a senior executive at a competitor, she was infamous for her aggressive strategies that often skirted the edge of legality. Ilara approached Marcus with a seductive smile, her presence both magnetic and unnerving. "Marcus," she said, her voice smooth as silk, "I admire your ambition. You're clearly talented, but have you ever wondered what it takes to truly succeed in this industry?" His heart raced. "I believe in hard work and integrity," he replied cautiously, trying to hold on to his principles. Ilara chuckled softly, her eyes glinting with mischief. "Integrity is admirable, but in this world, it's often the bold who reap the greatest rewards. Imagine what you could achieve if you were willing to play a little dirty." Despite his reservations, Marcus found himself drawn to her words. Over the next few weeks, the temptation of her proposition gnawed at him. Ilara's approach infiltrated his thoughts like a seductive poison. He started to notice the cracks in Titan Corp's seemingly unbreakable ethics as pressures mounted from the board and investors. The competitive landscape was changing, and the stakes had never been higher. One fateful evening, as he sat alone in his office, the city lights twinkling below him, Marcus received a call from Ilara. "I have an opportunity for you," she said. "Join me in a venture that could elevate both our companies. We could change the game. Are you in?" For a moment, silence hung in the air, thick with uncertainty. "What do you mean by change the game?" he asked, his voice laced with caution. "Let's just say it involves bending the rules a little. Think of the profits, the recognition. You've worked hard for this, Marcus. Don't let principles hold you back," she urged, her voice dripping with temptation. Marcus felt a thrill at the thought. The image of himself standing at the pinnacle of success filled his mind. Yet, a nagging voice in the back of his mind reminded him of the ethical path he had vowed to follow. He took a deep breath. "I'll think about it." The next few weeks were tumultuous. He found himself increasingly torn between his principles and the seductive allure of power and success. The board meetings were filled with discussions about aggressive tactics to outmaneuver competitors, and whispers of unethical behavior grew louder. With each passing day, the pressure mounted, and Marcus felt himself inching closer to a decision he had never thought he would contemplate. During this time, he sought solace in his childhood friend, Sarah. A compassionate and grounded woman, Sarah had always been a voice of reason in his life. One evening, over coffee, Marcus confided in her about his internal struggle. "Sarah, I'm at a crossroads. I feel like the world is pushing me toward a path I never wanted to take. There's this opportunity to partner with Ilara, and I know it's wrong, but the potential for success is staggering. I don't want to miss out, he confessed, his voice tinged with desperation. Sarah listened intently, her brow furrowing with concern. Marcus, success at the cost of your values isn't true success. Think about what it will mean for you in the long run. Will the accolades and wealth feel hollow if they're built on deceit? Her words resonated, but the seductive vision of power loomed large in his mind. The next day, he found himself sitting across from Malara in a dimly lit cafe. Copyright, the tension palpable. Have you thought about my offer? She asked, leaning forward, her eyes locking onto his. I have, and I'm struggling with it. I don't want to compromise my integrity, he admitted, feeling vulnerable yet resolute. Alara smiled, a predatory glint in her eyes. Integrity is a luxury, Marcus. The world doesn't reward it. We both know that. Look at the companies that thrive. They take risks, they innovate, they do whatever it takes. Join me, and we can be unstoppable. Marcus felt his resolve wavering. The promise of success danced before him like a mirage. He envisioned the accolades, the power, the respect. He imagined himself being celebrated for his boldness and acumen. Yet, deep down, he could hear the echoes of Sarah's words. Days turned into nights, and the internal battle raged on. Marcus began to isolate himself from his colleagues, his friends, and even Sarah. He became consumed by the possibilities that lay ahead, drowning out the moral implications of his choices. Then came the turning point. One evening, as he prepared for another secret meeting with Alara, Marcus stumbled across an article detailing the fallout from unethical business practices in the industry. Companies that had once thrived on manipulation faced lawsuits, scandals, and public outrage. Executives were ousted, reputations shattered. The image of his own face in such a situation flashed before his eyes, and he felt a wave of nausea wash over him. Sitting in the dim light of his apartment, he felt the weight of his choices pressing down on him. The allure of power had transformed into a suffocating burden. In that moment, he realized that the path he had been contemplating was a dark one, filled with shadows that would ultimately consume him. The next day, he called Sarah, his voice trembling as he spoke. I need your help. I want to step back from this path I'm on, but I don't know how. I feel trapped. Marcus, it's never too late to turn back, she reassured him. You have to confront Alara. Tell her you're not interested in her games. Reconnect with your values, and don't let fear dictate your choices. With newfound resolve, Marcus decided to meet Alara one last time. As he entered the cafe. Copyright, he felt a mixture of anxiety and determination coursing through him. Alara was seated at their usual table, her expression unreadable. I thought about your proposal, he began, feeling the weight of his decision. I can't do it. I refuse to compromise my integrity for success. I'm not interested in a partnership built on deception. Alara's smile faded, replaced by a cold, calculating look. You'll regret this, Marcus. The world isn't kind to those who play by the rules. You'll see. I'd rather face that than lose myself in the process, he replied, feeling a sense of liberation wash over him. As he walked away, the weight on his shoulders began to lift. The journey had not been easy, but he knew he had chosen the right path. In the weeks that followed, Marcus focused on rebuilding his relationships with colleagues and friends. He redefined his approach to business, emphasizing collaboration, transparency, and ethical practices. At Titan Corp, he spearheaded initiatives aimed at fostering a culture of integrity, rallying his team around a shared vision of success that didn't compromise their values. Slowly but surely, they began to see positive results. The company's reputation grew stronger, and Marcus found fulfillment in leading with purpose rather than ambition. As the months passed, Marcus realized that true success was not measured by wealth or power but by the impact one made on others. The darkness of temptation had tested him, but he emerged stronger, wiser, and more grounded. He had discovered that the path to success, when illuminated by integrity, was far brighter than the dark alleys of deceit. Years later, Marcus stood at the podium at a business conference, sharing his journey with an audience of aspiring leaders. He spoke of temptation, the allure of shortcuts, and the importance of staying true to one's values. His story resonated with many, serving as a reminder that the choices we make define who we are. As he concluded his speech, he scanned the room, his eyes landing on Sarah, who beamed with pride from the audience. In that moment, he felt grateful for the support that had guided him through the darkness. The journey had been fraught with challenges, but it had led him to a place of authenticity and fulfillment. In the end, Marcus learned that the dark path of temptation might promise quick rewards, but the light of integrity would always illuminate the way toward a lasting legacy. And that was a success worth striving for. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.